respond well, it will go well. It may not happen instantaneously. It may not happen immediately. It may not occur quick, fast, and in a hurry. But if you keep doing the right things and responding in the right manner, eventually your actions will align with God's plan and timing, and everything that you've been through, everything you've encountered, everything you've experienced will work out for your good. A good illustration to this point is found in 2 Kings chapter 4, in which we're told about a woman whose son had died. The young man was out in the field with his father when abruptly he screamed, "My head, my head." Immediately he fell to the ground, immobilized and unresponsive. By the time he was carried back to the house and given to his mother, the body had already grown cold and the early stages of rigor mortis had set in. At this point, all hope of recovery had dissipated. Everyone knew that the young man was dead. But right in the midst of this monsoon of hopelessness, the boy's mother began to proclaim, "It is well, it 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 is well." She chose to walk by faith and not by sight. It is well, it is well, it is well. She chose to believe the report of the Lord even when her situation said otherwise. It is well, it is well, it is well. I want you to say that with me. It is well, it is well, it is well. I know the finances are in the negative, but it is well, it is well, it is well. Your car broke down this morning, but it is well, it is well, it is well. The doctors are giving you 6 months to live, but it is well, it is well, it is well. The bank's about to come and get your house, but it is well, it is well, they're about to repossess your car, but it is well, it is well, it is well. You know how I know that it is well? Because I've read the book and God has revealed to me the conclusion and of all things, and that means He will never leave you nor forsake you. He will always be faithful. So you can rise up in the midst of this doubt, in the midst of this discouragement, in the midst of these depressing circumstances, and you can declare, "It is well, it is well, it is well." Because if you trust in God, He has a way of taking the negative and bringing forth a positive. He has a way of working a miracle right in the midst of your mess. He has a way of turning your test into a testimony. I see you there sitting on your couch. You better open up your mouth right now. The devil's trying to steal your praise, but you better get up on your feet in your living room and begin to proclaim, "It is well, it is well, it is well." When this old feeble woman rose up, she utilized the power of the tongue and prophesied life back into her situation. And in the end, it was her response, not her situation, that dictated her outcome. You may not be able to control the situations and events that take place in your life, but you can control how you respond to them. You can't dictate what happens, but you can dictate your response to what happens. Say it with me one more time. If you respond well, it will go well. It was this servant's ability to respond appropriately that eventually brought a godly result to his desolate situation. In the early stages of this parable, we are informed on the servant's financial status. He has accumulated a large amount of debt. His debt would be equivalent to millions of dollars in our society. At this point, he's so far in over his head that he's closer to the ocean floor than he is the surface. He's in so deep that there's no possible way he's going to emerge out of this situation. He could work the rest of his life and give every cent and still would not have the necessary funds to pay off his debt. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in so deep that every attempt to make it better just seemed pointless? Every effort to gain traction and advance only ended with you plummeting back to where you started. In a moment of enthusiasm, you declare, everything's going to be different. But nothing ever changes. This is where David was when he said, "Mine iniquities have gone over my head. They're a burden too heavy for me to bear. Evils have compassed me. My sin has taken hold of me. I'm not able to look up. They're more than the hairs of my head, therefore my heart faileth me." I'm wondering, have you ever been so weighed down that you were on the verge of collapsing? Knees shaking, strength fading. You didn't know how much longer you'd be able to stand underneath the weight of your load. Have you ever felt like the enemy was slowly chipping away at your armor, exposing you and making you increasingly vulnerable to his attack? Not one thing that the enemy has done, not one isolated action can you point to and say, "That was too much. I couldn't handle it." But the accumulative effect of all that the enemy's doing, all the frustrations and all the aggravations and all the setbacks and all the disappointments is beginning to take its toll on you. In the Gospels, Jesus said to Peter, "The enemy desires to have you and sift you as wheat."